Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome to So You Want to Podcast. I'm your host, Danny Osmond. If you love podcasts, if you're passionate about your business, if you want to create and grow a podcast that will connect with your ideal customers, and you want access to education, to resources, and to other amazing business leaders and podcasters who can help you do it better every single day, then this is the podcast for you. 2018 is almost over. And most likely, it has you thinking very intentionally about what you want to build for your business in 2019. And if those thoughts are leading you to think about a podcast that could help your business make more money and connect deeply with potential clients, then I would encourage you to apply for my Podcast Supercharger course or my Podcaster Mastermind. You know me. You know I practice and preach creating a podcast that is authentic and builds deep bonds with listeners, and ultimately one that is profitable, productive, and enjoyable for you because it was crafted correctly from the beginning, launched to an audience you've already identified and built, and monetized in a way that supports your endeavors. And in the years that I've worked privately with incredible business owners, entrepreneurs, and podcasters just like you, I've had the privilege of seeing just how powerful it is to put the right clarity, focus, and intentional actions into our businesses. And most importantly, how doing so brings results well beyond our own expectations. This is why I'm opening up a new session of my 6-week live Podcast Supercharger course to 6 people who want to start a podcast. And I'm starting a mastermind group for existing podcasters who want to grow and have a trusted group of fellow experienced podcasters to lean on. And if you're done feeling the pain of a struggling podcast or feeling confused about what you should be focusing on when starting out, then go apply today. To find out more about the Podcast Supercharger course and apply, go to dannyosmond.com/podcastsupercharger. To find out more about the Podcaster Mastermind and apply, go to dannyosmond.com/podcastermastermind. Applications are being reviewed as they come in, and spots will fill on a first-come, first-served basis. Let's create some amazing podcasts in 2019 together. I've been a serial procrastinator since middle school, but it wasn't until I found a way to stop this in my business that I started to move the needle. In this episode, I want to share with you the cure for procrastination. When confronted about his procrastination, a young man responded joyously, "Hey, anything worth doing is worth putting off." Perhaps you can relate to this young man's mantra. If so, I have good news for you. Procrastination is not a permanent personality trait. If you tend toward procrastinating, you can change. But first, let's look at some of the pitfalls of procrastination and why this is such a crucial problem. First pitfall, missed deadlines. Customers, clients, vendors, etc. are counting on us to complete a task or project. But when we put off completing that task or project, we fail to meet its deadline. Another pitfall, hurried or sloppy work. When we postpone a project and then rush to try and complete it, our work tends to be second rate. We miss details and can't give the project the attention it deserves. Pitfall number 3, increased stress. When we put off an assignment to the last minute, we sentence ourselves to a life of stress until that assignment is finished. Under stress like that, our health and our relationships tend to suffer. Pitfall number 4, missed opportunities. Entrepreneur Victor Khayyam wrote, "Procrastination is opportunity's natural assassin. When we put things off till the 11th hour, we're unprepared to take on new opportunities that present themselves. We're stuck, trying madly to finish the obligations that have been piling up, and so these new and exciting opportunities just pass us by." Pitfall number 5, the defeated attitude. Eventually, the consequences of procrastination catch up with us and get us down. We feel badly about ourselves for all our missed deadlines, the stress we've caused ourselves, and for letting others down. We find it hard to climb out of this hole we've dug for ourselves. And the final pitfall, damaged reputation. Almost without exception, when there are deadlines involved, other people are counting on us. But when we're late or produce less than quality work again and again, we get a reputation for being unreliable. And that can kill any business. Now, that's a long, compelling list of the dangers of procrastination, but what causes it? Why do we fall into this trap? A few of the reasons for procrastination might be habit, lack of planning, misplaced priorities, distractions, lack of self-discipline, fear of failure, fear of the task itself, or we're unsure how or where to start on a project. All of those reasons and more can lead us into the trap of procrastination. So let's focus on the cure. Step 1 in the cure for procrastination: only take on projects that fit. One of the things that promotes procrastination is taking on projects that don't fit our mission, our values, or what we enjoy or what we're passionate about. Accepting these makes us regret it later, and we drag our feet. In the end, nobody's happy. This happened to me recently when I was dealing with one of the last music clients I had in my project calendar. I would put off following up with them. I would find a reason to put their tasks at the end of the day. I would find reasons to move things to the next day so that I wouldn't have to do it and get it done with, because I just didn't enjoy working on it anymore, and I didn't want to work with this client anymore. So I finally got it done and felt so good once it was done, because I knew that I wouldn't have to take projects like that again that didn't fit into my current passion. So here's another step in the cure for procrastination. Get it on the calendar, like I was avoiding. I finally put it on the calendar. Put your projects, tasks, appointments, or any other crucial dates on a calendar that's easy for you to monitor. This is vital for breaking a procrastination habit. And another step, prioritize tasks. Check your calendar often to determine what's due when. Figure out which projects take priority and tackle them in their priority order. Make a list daily and weekly of what you need to complete to stay on track. And then anticipate and eliminate distractions. This takes self-discipline. We especially must resist the temptation to run after those shiny things that present themselves to us and distract us from what's really important. Follow through with action. Action is the antidote for procrastination and fear. You've taken all the previous steps. Now follow through. And finally, get help when needed. Sometimes a project ends up being much larger than we anticipated, or perhaps the project involves an expertise that we're short on. If so, partner with someone to help you, and do this early enough that you're not dragging them past a deadline as well. I experienced this recently too, when I was trying to write show notes for several of my clients after editing and mixing their shows. I'm just not a great writer. And I was struggling through trying to get this stuff done and listening to the episodes and trying to summarize what was going on. And finally, I just found someone that could do it better and quicker, and I'm paying them to do it. And my clients are happier because the show notes for their episodes are even better than they used to be. So trust me, I've implemented some of this stuff, and it has helped me with my level of procrastination. Procrastination will ultimately kill our joy for our work. It'll destroy our relationships and undermine our business. If you tend towards procrastination, don't put off following through with these cures that I've suggested in this episode. I'd love to hear about things you're doing to combat procrastination in your business and with your podcast. Feel free to email me at danny@emeraldcitypro.com and let me know. Until next time, have a wonderful week. Today's show was brought to you by ConvertKit, the only email marketing system you'll ever need. After 5 years with the email marketing provider that everyone starts out with, you know who I'm talking about, I was desperately searching for one that was simple, easy to manage, and affordable. ConvertKit easily stood out above the rest, and I've been ridiculously happy with them ever since I made the switch. Emailing my community and creating automation series for special resources has never been so simple. Whether you're ready to start your first email marketing setup or you're searching for a new provider, I highly recommend ConvertKit. Go check them out and other resources that I recommend at dannyosment.com/resources. That's dannyosment.com/resources.